Come on through, come on through. We need some people to sit on this side. Anyway. We need some people to come sit on this side. If you're brave enough to make the switch over to this side, please try to make that happen. Thank you, thank you. People are still coming in. We'll get started in a minute here. Turn to the person next to you and tell them how excited you are to be here. Turn to the other person and tell them your favorite part of the week. There you go, words. Who said skip? Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're talking with our neighbors. Yeah. Now turn maybe to the person on the other side and tell them your least favorite part of the week so far. You're by yourself. What was the worst part of your week? You don't know? That's fair. Turn to the person in front of or behind you and tell them you like their outfit. Yell to the leader that is closest to you and tell them you like their hair. There's one right there and there's one up there. Amy, they're telling you that they like your hair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. Let's get tonight started with the game. Of course, Sunday, there's a big event happening that I don't think I'm legally allowed to say the name of it because of copyright, but there's a big game coming on Sunday. A big game. So, today's games are going to be big game themed. You know what I'm saying, right? I can't say it because of, yeah. The bowl of soup. So this first game is Crowd Charades Bowl of Soup Edition. Essentially, I think we played a crowd charade like last week or 2 weeks ago. One person will come up, stand here, look at the crowd. You guys are going to have to act out whatever this says without saying words, charades. And then the first person who gets it gets a point for their team. So that being said, give me one person. Amy, if you could turn off these screens on the side so that they can't see what the word is. Of course. And of course, this is no surprise. I feel like if you guys are here, I should just be like, all right, we're playing this game, first round, Quinn and Ben, let's go. You guys are always the first two people to go. It's not even, I hate it here. Okay, remember, Amy's going to show you guys the word, and you can't say anything or act out for a few seconds, okay? Just wait, process, and then when I say go, that's when you can start acting, okay? And no words. That's a big thing. No words. Here we go. Here's the first one. Boys, don't turn around. 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, it's all football themed. Field goal. Absolutely, Ben got it. Thank you, Ben and Quinn. Go away. Need a new person? Oh, Jaden, you can hang out right there and wait for the next round. All right, awesome. Red versus red. All right. Here's the word. Don't turn around, y'all. 3, 2, 1, go. National anthem. Beautiful. Wow, that was quick. All right. Who's up? Morgan, will you be the adult over here and give me people when they're not moving? Quentin, you already went, sir. What is happening back there? All right, here's your word. Contestants, don't turn around. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Jeez. Look. If you know anything about football, do it for your team. Damon, do you want to be part of their squad? You know things about football. You might be able to help here. All right. All right, give me one person. Give me one person. Let's go. We're 3-0 or 4-0. A lot to nothing. Miguel, all right, let's go. I feel like you really contemplated that one for a while.
I know absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all?
I got no touchdown, field goal. I don't know that.
Okay, okay. It's going to be something random that I don't even know. All right, here we go. All right, Jacob, thanks for volunteering. All right, here you go. Here's your word. Boys, don't turn around. And remember not to act it out till I say go. 3, 2, 1. I think maybe, I don't know. I'll take the letter signing for now. This would be hard to do otherwise. I think Damon's cheating a little bit. Miguel, you are so close, bro. MVP, we got it over here. That was beautiful. Jacob's like, you guys made me come up here. Now everyone's yelling at me. I got you back, bro. Don't worry. All right, give me someone. Give me someone. I do owe you a movie night. I was just thinking about the other day. I was like, I never came through on that because of COVID. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Ladies, good luck. Cool. 3, 2, 1, go. Halftime concert? That's good. Good enough for me. Oh, y'all need the point so bad. Can I get maybe like a leader? Well, the only other 2 leaders. Damon, why don't you play for them? Morgan, why don't you play for them? And then maybe the next one, me and Amy. That seems fair. Oh, but you've seen them all. Just kidding. I don't want to do that. All right. Morgan knows nothing about football. Damon knows a whole lot about football. Here you go. Oh, gosh. Okay, it's 2 words, and the first word is definitely kickoff. Kickoff return. That's the real. Amy, how many more do we have? Okay, we're definitely not going to do that many. Lisette, why don't you come for them, and I'll be theirs. Cool? All right, sibling versus... I'd like to give Damon a shout out for teaching me anything and everything I know about football. Because I would not have been able to do that one. Give me one last person on each side. If you've already gone, you want to go again, fine. Oh, there goes Jaden and Wooster. The same two people who fought over it last time. This feels all too familiar. All right, here's your word. Oh, 3, 2, 1, go. Linebacker is absolutely correct. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see, what am I going to tell you to do now? Turn to the person behind you and tell them how excited you are that they're here. Turn to the person next to you and tell them how excited you are to be here. Well, we are in the last week of our God, Guys, and Girls series. Today, we're going to talk about something that everyone wants me to talk about at some point, dating. Today, we're going to talk about dating because I was so good at dating that you should listen to me. No, listen, when I knew Morgan was going to be the girl that I was going to marry, I was really excited for many reasons. Well, for one, if you've met her, you know that she's amazing, and that I knew she would be a great wife and all those things. Also, it's her birthday, so please make her feel loved. Tell her happy birthday. So obviously, right, there was all of that. I was very excited. You know, I was like, wow, she's really cool. She's not the worst. All right, moving on. But also, I was super excited because, and this is just me being real with you guys, I was finally getting out of the dating scene. I was finally getting out of the dating scene because let me tell you what, dating sucks. Dating sucks really, really bad. Because it's all so uncertain, right? Like literally one thing can change everything from the one day to the next. Your heart can get broken real fast. And maybe I'm the only person that hates the dating scene because I'm out of it and I look back and I'm like, wow, I never want to do that again. But I think we can all agree that the dating scene brings its own stress and drama, right? Maybe you're not in the dating scene, but your closest friend is in the dating scene and you see them go through all the ups and downs. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Cool. Good. We're all on the same page. So let's have a moment of honesty in this room between all of us. I'm going to say some things, and you're going to raise your hand if it's true for you. So raise your hand if you've ever typed up a message to the guy or the girl that you're interested in, and then you sat there and you waited to decide to see if you were going to send it. Raise your hand if you've ever done that. The classic risky text. Maybe it's the first time you ever told them like that you liked them. You know, maybe you hadn't gotten there yet. Maybe it's the first time you ever called them handsome, the first time you ever called them beautiful, whatever it is. So we've all sent the risky text. Okay, cool. Raise your hand if you've ever had trouble sleeping because you were thinking about the person that you're interested in, whether it's out of excitement or frustration, either or. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe it's like, oh my gosh, we had such a fun day together and I can't wait to see them again and they're so amazing and blah, 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 and so you can't sleep. Or you can't sleep because they left you on scene yet again. They didn't text you back all day again. Okay, raise your hand if you have ever been frustrated with a friend over spending too much time with a boyfriend and girlfriend, and it seems like they've completely forgotten about you. Okay? Wow, a lot of us. Okay. Happens to everyone. Suddenly, you're boring, and they don't want to be around you anymore. Raise your hand if you ever did something dumb in front of the person that you liked and then immediately looked around to see if they were looking. You tripped or something, and you're like, okay, cool. This one's more personal. Raise your hand if you've ever had your heart broken from a breakup or maybe someone just plain not being interested. Yeah, see, your leaders are all raising their hand too. All right, cool. Good to know we're all somewhat on the same page. We can all kind of relate to each other. There is a lot of stress and emotions that surround the dating scene. And on top of all of that, there's also a lot of unwritten rules about dating. Things that people don't really say, but these rules that you're kind of expected to follow. They're part of like your social circle or your school culture, and you're just supposed to know to do or not do these things when dating. And I've thought about some of them, and some of them I like, and some of them I really like, but some of these rules might include, remember, I don't like all of these rules. Some of them might include, like this one, girls shouldn't ask guys out on first dates. This is like an unspoken rule, and can I tell you that this rule is trash? I do not, because, think about it, this is just not something that happens, because if a girl asks a guy out on a first date, she's perceived as, desperate or forward, and that's So lame. So girls, ladies, it's totally fine to ask a guy out on that first date. If you're the one initiating, cool, because you never know. What if the guy that you're into is just kind of shy or scared or whatever? And guys, if she ever comes to you and is like, you want to go on a date? All right, cool. She did the hard part. She got the ball rolling. So I think that this rule is terrible. Girls, do what you need to do. You know, I think this rule is so bad. Second one, don't date within the friend group. Do not date within the friend group. This is like an unwritten, kind of sort of unwritten rule that I not only broke a lot, but I also completely agree with. This is a great rule. Hang out and date with someone from a different friend group. Go hang out with them and their friends, and then bring them over and hang out with you and your friends. But when it starts to get like you're together all the time with the same friends, it can get real weird real fast, especially if you break up. Not if, when you break up. Because when you break up, suddenly all your friends are like, crap, now I gotta pick a side. Because that's just what's gonna happen. If you can't like work it out to like stay in the same friend group, which 99% of the time you won't, it'll kind of just split off, and you know it's gonna be awkward for everyone. And then there's always the danger of one of your friends coming in and scooping up your ex. I'm not speaking from experience, but yes I am. The third one, maintain texting etiquette. What is etiquette? Who can tell me what etiquette is? Yeah. Like manners. Like, you know, like manners. Texting etiquette, it's a thing. It's a thing. Let me tell you, no one wants to date a boring texter. Do you know what I'm talking about? No one wants to date a boring texter, and if if you don't believe me, here's a screen grab from me and Amy earlier today. Maybe you can't read this, I'll read this to you. This is me and Amy talking earlier. What you doing? WYD. Nothing. What about you? Nothing. Chilling. Cool. Haha. Yee. Peace. LOL. Oh, yeah. Me and Amy don't text like this. I literally texted her. I was like, will you boring text with me for like a few minutes here just so I can get a good screen grab? And after this, we were like, that was the most cringy thing we've ever done. I was like, it's this spaced out haha, because it just is so. Anyway. That's true. This is really weird. You got to keep the conversation spicy. You got to keep it up. There are so many rules when it comes to texting that if you don't know, I'm about to blow your mind, and I'm not going to give you all of them, but like you have to text back within a reasonable amount of time, especially right at the beginning, like when you're first talking to each other. Not too fast, because then there's like, I'm waiting for them to text me back. Not too fast, but also like not too slow. You got to be interesting. You got to keep the conversation going. You got to not use the wrong emojis, because sometimes the wrong emojis can just be weird or creepy or cringy. I found out very recently that the laughing, crying emoji is apparently now like an old people emoji, even though I used to use it a whole lot. You might be shocked at this, but I literally saw someone on Twitter the other day. They said, I would rather die than use that emoji. And I'm like, am I a boomer? What happened? Am I a boomer? Anyway. Texting etiquette, you got to keep up with it. So I've given you some of the unwritten rules. There are some unwritten rules when it comes to dating. And so I want to turn it over to you guys now. I want you guys to talk to the people around you, and I want some of you to give me some of those unwritten rules that maybe you know that I didn't bring up that are G or PG, please. Talk to the people around you. See if you can come up with like an unwritten rule of dating if you know one. I'll give you like a minute. Ready, set, and go. And I will be asking some of you if you want to share with me what some of these rules are. I'm very interested. What is the dating game for teenagers? I haven't been a teenager in like 8 years. Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, who came up with an unwritten rule of dating? Yeah. Is this like a combined effort right here? Okay, spokesperson. Okay, I'm listening. Shh.
Don't text a paragraph.
Don't text paragraphs?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, see, when I was like a teenager, like you would text them paragraphs while they were sleeping so they could wake up to the paragraph, you know? Apparently paragraphs are out. Kylan.
Whenever they text you a whole paragraph just for you and you respond with okay.
Hit them with the... It could be worse now that they have like reactions and iMessage, you could just like thumbs up. Damon.
Me as a child.
Damon as a child.
No. You can't win over the little siblings or the mom. There's no point.
Yeah, gotta win over mom and the siblings. Yes, in the back. Don't compare exes or talk about the ex. Sometimes they gotta know if there's something, but like, you know, not always, not right off the bat especially. Yes, Quinn. Don't be desperate. Don't be desperate. Don't text back right away. Period. Yes. He has to know Jesus and wear real pants? What are real pants?
I believe I own a couple pair of skinny jeans.
What have I done to deserve this?
I don't understand what real pants are. Pants are pants.
All right. Let's get things under control. I have nothing to say to you anymore.
I have a general question for the younger kids.
Yeah.
Do you guys, I'm aging myself.
Okay.
You guys don't do signatures on your text messages anymore?
No, of course not. That died out when I was a teenager, bro. Come on. All right.
Signatures, and it's always supposed to be your initial and her initial.
Oh man,
If like,
I had one of those on my sidekick.
because they would like remove your signature off the phone.
Yeah. 2008 was a cringy year. All right. I'm very intrigued by everything that has been told to me today. I will buy myself a pair of real pants. The truth is that part of what makes the dating scene so crazy is that everyone has their own expectations, apparently pants, or rules of what it looks like to date. As for us, as we gather here, we need to pause and ask ourselves what God would want us to handle in the dating scene, how he would want us to look at this whole thing. Because God has a lot to say about marriage and sex and all of those things, but when it comes to dating, there's not a lot in the Bible. If you open your Bible and you turn and you look, like, what am I supposed to do with dating? There's not a lot. And that's because back, when the Bible was written, there was not a dating scene that there is now. In fact, there was a lot of arranged marriages. And if you've never heard of an arranged marriage, I'm so sorry, but an arranged marriage is like when two families get together and like, my son is going to date your daughter and they're going to get married. And a lot of times, the bride and the groom in said question don't really have much to say about it. They just have to do it because the families have set it up. So back in the Bible days, not a whole lot of dating. So you're not going to see a lot of biblical commands on how to handle dating. But at the same time, I think there are some pretty obvious guidelines that we can, apply and figure out when we look at the scriptures that speak toward relationships in general and how to treat people and how to be around people. We call these like God-written rules as opposed to some of these unwritten rules that we talked about. So here are 3 that I would place as high priorities for you all to keep in mind. And each one connects scripture to the dating scene like this one. Honor and respect. Honor and respect. Check out these verses. Romans 12:10 says, "Be devoted to one another in love." What is this word? Honor one another above yourselves. Philippians chapter 2 says this, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of who? The others." And then Matthew chapter 7, you've probably heard this one before. "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets." The Bible is full of instruction of how important it is for us to honor and respect others in an unselfish way. Remember what I said last week, that lust is selfish, but love is selfless. Your dating relationship does not automatically mean that the other person that you are dating suddenly becomes your property or your possession. It's actually quite the opposite. More than ever, you should be on guard against selfish thinking. Respecting and honoring your significant other needs to take high priority. You need to respect and honor their family. You need to respect and honor their friends. You need to respect and honor their walk with God. This is a big one. You need to respect and honor their commitments. And you need to respect, this is the biggest one, you need to respect and honor when they say no. If you ever hear the word no from your date, that is to be respected. Guys, if you're like literally like first week, you're like, all right, cool, things are going well, going in for the first kiss, she says no, guess what? No. No. If she's uncomfortable, don't do it. Girls, same exact thing. If you're in a dating relationship where the person that you're with doesn't respect your no, you need to find better. Get out and wait for someone who will honor and respect you in the way that you love, and in the way that you deserve. The second one, be equally yoked. Not like yoked. I feel like I need to explain. I'll get to that in a second. But this is from 2 Corinthians. It says, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. Don't worry, I'll explain what the word yoked is in a second. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? Or what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? I do realize that the word yoked might sound a little bit funny. I thought a long time ago, I explained it to Ignite once, like 5 years ago. And I was like, oh, everyone's going to know what this means now. And then a student that we had who went to Harvard on a full ride scholarship came to me and thought I was talking about egg yolks. So I feel like I just need to tell you what it is. So, a yoke. In Bible times, you plowed a field using animals that would then pull the plow through the dirt, right? And you could get more power, more torque on the plow if you had multiple animals pulling the plow behind them, and typically it was like oxen and stuff like that. And the yoke is a giant piece of wood that goes around their necks and then kind of links them all together so that they can all together pull the plow through the field. Now, in order for the yoke to work, it needed two things. It needed for the animals inside the yoke to be going the same direction. Because you could have two animals in a yoke and then one pulling this way and one pulling that way. Is that going to pull the plow at all? No, of course not. And then it needed for the animals inside to be of near equal strength in order to evenly carry the weight of the plow. So you couldn't put like a baby ox and then a big, huge ox next to each other, because that's not evenly pulling the weights, because one is way stronger than the other. Does that make sense? Absolutely, it makes sense. So, what this is saying, if you claim to follow Christ and you date someone who does not believe in Jesus, are you heading in the same direction? No, you are not. Now, you may say, oh, it's fine, we'll date. I know they don't believe in Jesus, but I believe in Jesus. And if I date them, I'm going to show them the love of Christ, and they're going to start following Jesus. Good idea? Yeah? No? This is called, not officially, this is called flirt to convert. Ever heard of it? You flirt to convert, and you date them, and then maybe they come to know Jesus because of you, but maybe they did it for you rather than for themselves or for their relationship with God. And then what happens when you break up? They leave. They're like, you know what? I did that all for her. I did that all for him. I don't even care about that. It was never genuine in the first place. Is it a good idea to flirt to convert? No. Let them figure it out on their own, and then take a step further. For example, what happens if, this is something you need to consider. What if the person that you want to date is not in the same mindset spiritually as you are? They might, believe in Jesus, but maybe you guys aren't as far along in your guys' walk with Jesus as each other. So let me explain what this means. What if they're literally like they got saved last week? They gave their life to Jesus last week. They're on fire for Jesus, but you have been a Christian your whole life. You know the scriptures. You know it all. You know how church goes. You have a really good relationship with Jesus, and this person that you're dating just started believing in Jesus and doesn't really get it and is still struggling to kind of keep up. Is that a good idea? Maybe, but no. Because what's going to happen? Are they going to pull you back, or are you going to pull them forward? More likely. They're probably going to pull you back. And what if they just got through some huge struggle spiritually and they're just trying to work their way through life? Let them build up their own strength. I'm not saying don't date anyone who just gave their life to Jesus. Let them build up their strength. Let them figure out how to read the Bible, how to do devotionals, how to worship, how to do all of those things. And then what is happening right here? Is that like a, stop it. Bottom line is, make sure that you are connecting with a person who is connected with and heading toward God with the same spiritual intensity as you are. Make sure you are evenly yoked. And the third one, and this is the one that everyone's going to be like, flee from sexual immorality. Flee from sexual immorality. 1 Corinthians tells us this. Flee from sexual immorality. I just said that. All other sins a person commits are outside the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. This is the clearest command in all of Scripture to set us up a standard within any dating relationship. This is super, super clear. All throughout Scripture, the challenge is to place a high priority on having sexual integrity. Listen, I know I'm saying the word sex a whole lot. Sex is a gift from God that he intended to be enjoyed within the marriage relationship. So do everything you can to keep any chance of compromise in that area off the table. Understand that even the most spiritually solid and focused couples really need to keep this a priority. You might not think so. Like, wow, they really love Jesus. They probably don't do anything. They're probably struggling with it too. In my years as a youth pastor, all my many years, because I'm a wise old man. In my years as a youth pastor, I've seen some pretty bad crashes happen in the world of dating. Some pretty bad ones. Stories of kids where they told me that they were well-meaning and they wanted to come to church together and all of that, right? And it was, a moment, heat of the moment, lapse in judgment, whatever. They did stuff they never intended to do together. And I've heard of crazy stories of the consequences that came from those actions. Now, I haven't been a youth pastor long enough for this, but I know a lot of youth pastors who, they have couples that start dating in the youth group, like at your age, maybe a little older for some of you. But they start dating from the youth group, and then they set up boundaries, they do it all right, and then when they get older, they end up getting married, and the youth pastor is the one who marries them, does the ceremony. Now, may I also just say, that has not happened to me because all of the kids who are out of Ignite at this point are barely 21. But of those pastors that I know, they've been youth pastors for 20 plus years, and guess how many marriages they've done for kids in their youth group? 4. 4. So consider the odds. That's all I'm saying. As you view the differences in relationships that have gone well and those that haven't, I see a few trends kind of rise to the top. So I want to close out tonight with a few tips of these things that I've observed and these things that I think you guys can learn from. So I guess we could call these Idam's unwritten rules of dating that have now been written down, so they're definitely Idam's written down rules of dating. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? It just rolls off the tongue. Nope. My unwritten rules of dating that have now been written down, so they're definitely written down rules of dating. The first one, set boundaries and stick to God's standards. We talked about 3 of God's standards tonight: respect and honor each other, be equally yoked, and flee from sexual immorality. Those are the targets. You want to shoot to respect and honor each other. You want to shoot to be equally yoked, and you want to shoot to flee sexual immorality. And the boundaries, those things that you set up with the person that you're dating, is how you reach those targets. So, for example, boundaries for honor and respect. We will not get in the way of each other's responsibilities. Maybe you and the person you're dating really like to FaceTime, and you could FaceTime for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. It happens. Don't look at me like that. It happens. Maybe you're one of those people. And you start to notice that, we're getting off FaceTime at 3 a.m. and I'm not doing my homework. Oh, I didn't take out the trash today, and then my mom tried to kill me. All of these things. I'm not saying that FaceTiming your boyfriend or your girlfriend for hours is necessarily a bad thing, but when it starts to get in the way of your other things, that's when it starts to be a problem. So maybe do the homework first. Maybe take out the trash first. Do all of those things so that when you sit down to FaceTime, you don't have that looming over you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting here and I'm FaceTiming her and we're talking and blah, 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 blah. But I know I got to take out the trash and my mom is right there and she's giving me the look. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're more responsible than some of And we will be committed to any curfew given by parents. Mom says be home by 8 o'clock. What time are you home? 8 o'clock. Easy money. Boundaries to remain equally yoked, not yoked. You'll pray and worship and do devotionals together. Maybe that's just something that you say you're going to prioritize. Hey, we're dating. I would love to pray with you. I would love to listen to worship music with you, etc., etc. And you'll make church a priority. This is also, and I'm just giving you the youth pastor hack, going to church together is like an excuse to hang out together. Because maybe you have those parents who are like, I don't want you hanging out with your boyfriend, girlfriend. Well, can they come to church with us? It might work out. And then it turns into you actually being here. And the last one, boundaries to flee sexual immorality. We will either go on dates with others or to public areas. Easy. And we won't lay down side by side anywhere. I'll let that speak for itself. I'm not saying that these boundaries should be your boundaries. Maybe you want to do it differently. Maybe you want to do some of these. That's on you. None of these are bad ideas. The second thing of my unwritten rules, stay connected with others. Stay connected with others. Simply put, don't drop your friends because you have a new boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm going to ask this again. How many of you have ever been dropped by someone who got a new boyfriend or girlfriend? Look around. Not everyone, but a lot of people. Because listen, it's weird. When you isolate with someone, when you really push everyone out and you're only focused on them, it gets weird, and then you kind of start acting like you're kind of married, and you become like the married friends, and it's weird because you're married friends way before you should even be talking about marriage. So don't sacrifice all your friends just for a relationship. Yes, you will have to split up your time with your friends and with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And if you are a friend of someone who just got into a relationship, just know it's going to take up some of their time. And you're going to have to be okay with that. But Warzone, but Fortnite, but Among Us. Does anyone even play Among Us anymore? Anyway, just have some grace on those people. Know that they're not going to spend as much time with you, but you, as the person who might be dating someone, keep your own social life and your own connections a priority. You need to have your own friends outside of the relationship. You need to be able to say, okay, for the next 4 days, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend or girlfriend. Twice, I need to hang out with my friends and then take a day off and just hang out at home. Time management, it's a beautiful thing. And it will be very healthy for you at the end of the situation. It's also not just friends, but family and mentors and your church family. We are your best source of accountability here. So don't drop your friends just because you got a boyfriend or girlfriend. You'll thank me later, especially after you break up. Because after you break up, you're going to want your friends to be there for you, to listen to you cry and moan and complain. And if your friends are mad at you because you dropped them 10 months ago when you started dating this person, guess what they're going to do? Bye. Maybe get better friends if they do that to you. And the third thing and the last thing, keep your relationship with Jesus as a priority. You're probably like, duh. Yeah, but let me tell you where this gets tricky, because the emphasis is on the word your. Keep your relationship with Jesus a priority. Let's say you get into a relationship and you guys are worshiping together, praying together, reading the Bible together, doing all of those things. That's not your relationship with Jesus. That's like your relationship with them and Jesus. You need to prioritize your own relationship with Jesus. Yes, I said to do all those things, but all of those things should be on top of what you're already doing. You should be praying and worshiping and reading the Bible and doing all of those things on your time, and what you do with that person is just added on to what you're already doing. Your walk with God is your responsibility. Their walk with God is not your responsibility. Don't let your time with them replace your time with God. At the beginning of this series, I talked about how it can get really messy when relationships push us away from Jesus or become like God in our hearts because we're idolizing them so much. And I want to close this out, last thing here, by saying what we said at the very beginning of the whole thing. And maybe you remember this, maybe you don't, but unless I am wholeheartedly pursuing a relationship with Christ, all other relationships will be a hopeless attempt to fill the void. Nothing will ever satisfy you. Interesting choices. Nothing will ever satisfy you. Relationships will let you down. Every relationship, until you get your relationship with Jesus right, is going to be a hopeless attempt to fill the void. Listen, Ignite, God has blessed us with amazing gifts of relationships. Handle them well. Take time apart. Hang out with your friends. Make Jesus a priority. Honor and respect each other. Everything, all of those things. handle your relationships well. But in the end, no relationship can ever take the place of the relationship and fulfillment of walking with Jesus. Let me pray. Father God, we love you. We praise you. We thank you for being here today. We thank you for the opportunity to meet together in a safe environment. May you just be with us as we go forward. And God, may we remember that the most important relationship that we can have is our relationship with you. May you just be in our lives, guide us and protect us everywhere we go. And I pray that, maybe one day I can discover what it means to wear real pants. In Jesus' name I pray, and everyone who loves Jesus said, amen, amen. All right, we're going to play one last game, and here's how it works. For this game, you're going to need to get into pairs, and pairs will get eliminated as we go. If your pair loses, like you and the person that you're with lose, you just walk out and enjoy your night. If you win, because there will be a winning pair, you'll get boba from me tonight. Okay? Ready? And pair up with someone. You can stand up, ready, and go. If you don't have a pairing, tell Morgan, and she'll either pair you with someone or she'll be your pair. Quinn looks lonely, and there's three of you right here. Or, Miguel's right here, too.
I got Miguel.
You got Miguel? Okay, so Kylan, Wooster, or Ben. Quinn is lonely in the back. One of you take and go back there. Amy, will you throw up the instructions for this game? I want to make sure that I get this right. It's called Say What? Break into pairs. A category is going to appear on the screen. After counting to 3, you both will answer at the same time. The pair with the most matching answers wins, and if you don't get it right away, you leave. So, for example, Morgan, will you come here real fast? Let me demonstrate to you how this game works. So let's just say our category is colors. It won't be because these are all football themes. But let's just say it's colors. So, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Red. What? She said chartreuse, I said red. We lose, we leave. If you get it right, you stay in. Got it? So look at the person that you're paired with and make sure you guys are on the same wavelength. Get on it. All right, here you go. Here's your first category. Remember, when I say go, you say the word. Don't say anything to each other. Don't say anything to each other. 3, 2, 1. If you said the same thing, stay in the room. If you did not say anything or said different things, out you go. Morgan will be out there waiting with you guys. And if you could close the door also. All right. If you're still in the room.
If you didn't say anything, then you go out too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you didn't say anything, get out of here.
Why?
If you're still here, it's because you guys said the same thing as your partner, right?
How many people said quarterback? Raise your hand.
Yeah, will you close the door? Thank you. All right.
Probably two. Well,
Here comes.
Hold up.
Shh.
What did you say? Center. What did you say? There's no way. You even know what a center is? Okay, then.
All right, here you go. Here's your next position. Remember, don't say anything until I count down. NFL team. Look at the person. Don't say anything, but maybe think of the same NFL team, the same football team. Ready? 3, 2, 1. If you did not say the same thing, please exit my room. Oh, wow. What was your team? The what? The Chiefs, okay. You're like, what are the two that are in the Super Bowl this year? Who said the Bucks? Who said the Buccaneers? Who said the Patriots? What did you say? What did you guys say? What did y'all say? Rams. Okay. There's a 3. Anyway. Okay. Here's your next category. Remember, don't say anything to each other. Just look at each other. Hopefully you get it right. Big game snack. A snack you might have at the party for the big game. Think about it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What did y'all say? Chips and nachos, those are like the same thing. Yeah? What? Nachos, what do we say back here? Popcorn? That's a valid. What did y'all say? Popcorn? I'm getting real sus with some of this. What did y'all say? Chips and dip. Chips, not chicken wing. Okay? The answer to this game is to just say the safest answer possible. Here you go. Here's the next one. Jersey number. A jersey number. Shh, don't say, don't mouth. You have masks on. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Give us a hard one, Amy. Okay, go. Here you go. College team. 3, 2. There's one in town. 1, go. What did you say? Okay. What did you say? How is everyone getting these right? I'm a little sus of what's happening right now. All right, I shouldn't have said there's one in town. Next one, Amy. Way to score. There are several ways to score in the game of football. 3, 2, 1. I don't need to. Yeah, next one. Funny commercial. The best or the most obvious funny commercial from the big game. Ready? 3, 3, 2, 1. You're out? Get out of here. Get out of here.
I'm gonna sit right here.
All right.
What did you guys say?
Get out of here, man.
I said Geico. He said Mountain Dew.
I think of the John Krasinski one from last year, Smart Pack. Yeah. Doritos always has good commercials. All right, everyone spread out so I can hear. Move maybe over this way a little bit. Y'all move, ladies, maybe over here. Okay. All right. I want you guys to with your whole chest, say it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry. I thought we were there. Here it goes. Think about it. Don't say anything. I'm looking. Don't be whispering. Stone face. What is happening? 3, 2, 1. Get out of here. Who survived? Yes. That if you guys actually won that, then you guys won the game. So let's go. Amy, if I send you down to Boba with them in my card, will you hook them up? You guys already got Boba. You can get something else. It's all good. Congratulations and thanks for playing.